Good day, podcast community. Pete Kane here with the Pete Kane podcast show. I gotta get that down. The future looks bright to those who spot the trends. My insights to get on to the future is bright train. And if you're on that train, you're on the good train. So I'm going to cover some things with you. We'll be with each other for a little bit, but I want to help you to see the future. Now, these are from my eyes, only from my eyes, but I've had 3 years to really study it, and really more than that, but intensely in the last three. And it has given me an incredible understanding of the things that are ahead. And I talk to 5 to 10 people a day just to see what's going on. And I'm seeing some things that we're busy. We're on that busy bus. And if we're on the busy bus, we can't see the future because we're distracted. So hopefully I can share with you, give you an idea of the future and give you some call to actions to be able to capitalize on it. Okay. The 3 pillars of business success: leads. You got to be able to generate leads. You got to create cash flow, and you got to build a thriving community. If you don't do those, you don't have a business. So generating leads, it's so important. And I want to show you a concept that we're going to talk about, and it's going to be kind of filtered. It's going to be throughout this presentation, throughout this workshop. And it is simply, you are the magic, and anything is possible if you recognize that you are the magic. And in Daniel Priestley's book, Key Person of Influence, there's a simple but yet a very effective way to build the future. And when you see on this screen 7-11-4, what the heck does that mean? If you haven't been on a previous podcast or you don't know about Daniel Priestley, he's built 8+ companies from scratch. He's built his whole career. He's learned how to scale. He's learned the essential growth strategies. And the strategies that he has here, 7-11-4. What does that mean? 7 is people have to consume 7 hours of you. See, we've switched from industrial to digital, and now we've switched to global, from a local business to a global business. Let me explain. Global means digital. So people halfway across the world in the Philippines, which I have a team, can be hearing this. Where before we did business 5 to 10 miles, generally, from where we did. Now it's all changed. And people say, well, I got a local cleaners. Well, there's digital content you can create that people can enjoy halfway around the world. And this is what I want you to think. Act globally, still act locally, but think globally. Think digital. Think this content that I'm putting out here will be out there in the digital space. It's part of my profile. And when you look at 7, people have to consume 7 hours of you. Why? Because people buy from people. People buy from people. Trust drives business, and people buy from people. They don't buy from companies. Used to, but social media has evolved this so they get connected to your story. You look at Elon Musk. He's got a bunch of companies, but they know him. Now, those that want to tear things down, your choice. Not a good one, but your choice. Tim Cook probably has a number of different businesses going. Now, Apple is primary. But when you look at these others, Oprah, bunch of business. Joe Rogan, bunch of businesses, but you know of the person. Brendon Burchard, a bunch of businesses, but you know of the person. So when you look at, oh, dang, I did the wrong slide. I thought I had the right one. Okay, let's go to where we can talk about this. It's a little bit off, but I put the wrong slide deck in here. But let me just shift gears because that's what you got to do as an entrepreneur. There's no clear path. It's up and down. It's the hardest thing you'll ever do. But if you love creating and we're born to create, then you'll love entrepreneurship. Because when you look at a business and you look at the bamboo parable, challenges us to stay focused, remain steadfast in our belief of what we're doing in the absence of immediate results, instant gratification. A bamboo will take like 8 years to break ground. 8 years. Then when it breaks ground, it'll grow 2 feet a day. 2 feet a day. So you look at all the work that you put in as an entrepreneur, all the work, and you're not seeing those results. Think of the bamboo story. Think of that foundation. 8 years of building to grow 2 feet a day. That's a pretty good outcome. But it's not an instant gratification type business. Those that think will fail. You have to be focused, have clarity, be able to know and understand that delayed gratification is part of business. And when you do understand that, you better have a better mindset. Again, people buy from people. We have a podcast show. Now, why do we have a podcast show? I can build a relationship with my guests in 20 to 25 minutes. We do it for free. 90% of what we do is free, but 10% is what we want people to know the kind of results that they can get when they do spend money. But until then, this journey, and Daniel Priestley talks about it, it's about average 5 months, because you're creating content, you're building your digital profile, you're out there learning to pitch, learning to present, putting partnerships together. All this is the 5 P's. And let me see if I can there we go. 5 P's: pitch, profile, product, presentation, and partnerships. Your pitch, we help companies generate leads, create cash flow, and build thriving communities. That's it. Now, when I say that, if nobody says anything, they're not interested. Then I might ask them about their business. But I'm not going to sit there and go, well, we create these podcasts that builds the relationships, that we produce a magazine, we do this, we do this, we do. Go, you're throwing up all over people. That's not pleasant to do. So if they're not raising their hand saying they're interested, like, tell me how you generate leads, then they're asking. And I will then share. But I'm not going to just throw up on them for 5 minutes and they're not interested at all. That's what you call it. They're not giving you permission to be able to pursue that relationship at that time. So you always got to have your elevator pitch, 5-7 seconds. If it doesn't build curiosity, you haven't worked hard enough on it. There is a formula, a framework for it, but we're not going to go into it in this video. But when you do that 11 is buying signals. Those buying signals are when people raise their hand and say, tell me more. When they say, tell me more, they're interested in you. Then you can respond. And if they respond 11 times, that's Google's 0 moment of truth. We know that they're interested enough in what you have. They see you on 4 different platforms: a book, a podcast, a video, a webinar, a workshop, an Instagram post, a LinkedIn post, an assessment. Those are all different platforms. And when they have that, you've gotten the 7-11-4. When you have that, they have given you permission because you have taken them through a journey to know, like, and trust you. And when you do that, you're building that profile online because let's just say this book took 2 hours to read, maybe 3. Well, that can be 2 or 3 hours of your 7. So having a book is important. It gives people a chance to get to know you. So creating your book is a strategy we work on. So let's see. Robin Dunbar is the person behind the 7 hours. He studied it. It's proven that people have to get to know you digitally now. They do that through the content you put out there. The 0 moment of truth is Google. 11 interactions. 4 different platforms can be a magazine, a book, a podcast, an assessment. That's the 4 we talked to, but it's different platforms. And when you do that, oops, nope, that isn't right. Oh, man, okay. Oh, wow. This is like, no, son of a gun. That's what I wanted for. What we do is we help our clients develop their relationship wheel. And what that means is you're building your key strategic mastermind team. And you do it intentionally. You're taking 12 categories that are relevant for your business. You have 3 in each category. These are we call it crawl, the easy ones, the gold. Then crawl, walk, run. These are 36. When you formed your mastermind team, you have put on the armor of business because together you're better and you have a thriving community. Because when you have a thriving community, guess what happens? You can put it together in a physical asset, which is a magazine. We go on a 12-week transformation through your mastermind where we're with you each week. And we're going to go over first your goals, your vocal points, then clarity, then energy, then courage, then productivity, then influence. Then we master. We go the second half of the 12 weeks, and we're going to get into physiology, psychology mastery. We're going to talk to you about productivity mastery, purpose mastery. And then you're going to have the last session where you understand how to apply it. Because in this asset here, you pick 20 out of your 36 to go on this journey with you, to be in a mastermind, a framework that has 12 distinct sessions. And when you get out of this, you have a magazine. You have something to share. So picture yourself. You have your ideal client. You got to have that. We teach you that at the beginning. But if you don't know who your ideal prospect is, I mean, know it down to every characteristic, then you're shooting a shotgun out there. You got to have a rifle. And when you take your ideal prospect and you are able to bring a team, not only yourself, but 19 others to go on this journey with you because you're a team and together you're better. And they're looking at it. Do I hire Pete and his 20 people? Or do I hire that one person? The value just echoes through the presentation because you have their stories in the magazine. You give them the magazine. This is my team to help you. And when the time's right, they can activate parts of your team, but you're intentionally putting them together. And when you do that, you're stronger, you're better. And if you put your intentional team together, you're 36, then you are strong. You're positioned for the future. Because together you're better. A mastermind team will always help you create more value than the person that doesn't have it. So make sure they're relevant to your industry. Then start putting down. These are people you've done business with. They're people, if you're a realtor, it can be a carpet cleaner, it can be a roofer, it can be a designer, it can be a lawn person, a landscape person. It could be all these people that touch a home, an inspector, different people that have skill sets that complement your industry. And when you do that, you invite them on the podcast so people can get to know their story. Because together, you're better. Together, you're better. So you're in that magazine. Oops, that's not right. Let me just go back here. The 12-week transformation app. I didn't do. The other trend I want you to think about is leveraging AI. Because if you are recognizing all the things that are happening in AI is just going to help you work on things that are higher value for your clients, for your prospects. So you're getting 80% done, the monotonous stuff. Maybe it's research. Maybe it's just different activities in your business. And if you can do that, then you're better. And if you can leverage AI, just talking to a friend of mine who leveraged this, got his real estate license, going to work with his wife. And so he used it to help him get certified. So you can use it however you want. Use it. He says he uses 5 or 6 times during the day to write things, to confirm things. You're always using it to your advantage so you can work faster, more efficient. You're going to do higher leverage stuff, but you can only do it if you have AI at your side. There's the relationship wheel. And this, you can get this, you can download this. We'll show you where to do that. This magazine is a collaborative effort where you're on the cover. You are the person of influence. And in there is your team, your mastermind team. And when you have that team, you have a community. We also help you build your community within Substack because it's local and global communities. Substack is global, and you have to think globally. You can act locally, but you got to think globally. Captures an email, helps you to engage with your community, and you can monetize cash flow. Because remember, we talked about generating leads and creating cash flow. You got to create cash flow or you won't be in business. So you have to focus on that, and you can do that with Substack. You can see here, this slide, excuse me, we're in the early, Substack is here. It's early adoption. So we're right about here. So you look at this, you get it now. We haven't even got to the top now. And let me see what it says. Early adopters, early minority, like minority, the laggards. So understanding how valuable timing is. So when we talk about the trends, so important to know. We want you to book a podcast because we want to know your stories. How can we connect you to our community? Who can we introduce? How can we create a digital asset for you? Because people buy from people and they remember your story. So if they remember your story, the average person gets like 6,000 marketing messages a day. Excuse me. And you have between 12 and 60,000 thoughts going through this head. So being focused, having a plan, creating your plan, because up here, we're replaying our past. And a lot of times we're replaying our negative past. So we have to rewire this. This is a whole different thing, and we'll talk about it. But get on our podcast so we can share your story with our community. There, we have a thriving community, and we have it within Growth Day. Growth Day is our personal development community where you can get your 5 to Thrive, where Brendon Bouchard has assembled the best, most talented trainers and teachers in the industry together to learn. Because personal development, in creating a mindset of personal development, you're creating your future. If you create your future, the future is bright. If you consume other people's future, you're consuming. We want you to create. So join Growth Day, try it for 7 days, or go to petekane.me/growth day. Then send us a support ticket at petekane.me. We'll send you my free course, Mindset, Goals, and Habits. But join a thriving community, because we talk about being bold, making impact, and having fun. But we generate leads, we create cash flow, and we build thriving communities. This is one of our thriving communities within our community. Okay. We do a global meetup the middle of the week where we can connect you in a global sense. If I can have a little cup of coffee here. Let me see. Yeah, that's my son-in-law. Okay. Weekly Connect. We help you to learn the 5 Ps. We help you to build a global network, because you act locally, think globally. Act locally, think globally. And when you're thinking globally, man, the world is incredibly abundant for you. Okay, let's see what we have here. We have our transformational webinar. We do these twice a month. We have the ability to help you connect, think digital. You got to think digital. We help you to learn the 5 Ps: pitch, profile, product, presentation, and partnership. So we do that on a weekly basis. It's in Growth Day, but we're connecting you from people around the world. So this is a little bit more on it. We talk about the 5 to Thrive. Because personal development can be a daily thing of growth and creating your future, we have a thing called 5 to Thrive. Brendon talks to you for between 12 and 20 minutes, something like that. Then there's a related video. Then there's 2 thought-provoking questions. Get you to think. And then you score yourself. And when you do that, you have the fuel for the day, because you're creating your day. Creating versus consumption. Scrolling is consumption. Watching TV is consumption. This is part of your creating your future, because you're the magic. Personal development is the fuel to your rocket. Without fuel, you can't get to Mars. Don't work that way, and you got to put the fuel in yourself. That's why we say you're the magic, and anything's possible. You commit to daily personal development, you're committing to the brightest future you've ever experienced, because it's like the Netflix of personal development. And I like to always share. I take a shower to clean myself. You have to work on this. You've got to put good things in this brain. We have between 12 and 60,000 thoughts go through our brain daily. Most of the time, it's negative, because we just play the same thing over and over again. Whether you're listening to the news or stuff, people toxic, you get that in your brain. I tried that before and it won't work. That's a limiting belief. But if you're rewiring your brain through personal development and you're working on it every day and you have a library of learning, you're going to be creating the brightest future for you. Because it starts with you. You have an oxygen mask. You're on a plane. Oxygen mask drops down. You have a person next to you, not able to put it on. Who are you going to put it on first? You. So you put it on, then you can help the person next to you. You develop. You grow personally. Then your team can grow and others can grow because you can be a part of their growth. But it starts with you. Okay, let's go on to, yes, Growth Day is a learning center. You can see they have challenges. 5 individual challenges: clarity, confidence. One on Anthony Trucks, Mel Robbins, and Brendan has a general one. Challenge yourself, push yourself, challenge yourself to grow, to learn, to always get better each day. And if you commit to Growth Day and personal development, your future will be bright. Okay, let me see what I can do here. Okay, there we go. You can also be a guest on our podcast. You can scan that code and you can be a mentioned, because sometimes your spend needs to start low because you got to gain confidence in your journey. So for $50, you can be in a number of magazines. So you want exposure for yourself and your company, be mentioned on our community magazine, which is a collective mastermind group, 20 people, and you are on the cover, and you're bringing that team up together to your ideal prospect. Well, in there, they have people, maybe they're not in a position because of their financial situation. They haven't created enough cash flow that they're investing in themselves. Well, $50 a month, if you just don't eat out as much, you can afford that. Okay. We do a virtual KPI, Key Person of Influence Summit. We do that virtual summit 2 times a month, first and third Friday. We do a live event. Why do we do a live event? Because we're connecting people in our community with each other. Plus, we're helping you to become a platform speaker. The average person is the number, no, it's not the average, the number 2 fear is death. And none of us make it out of it alive. So we're all going to die. But until then, let's live. And let's live in a event where we don't let fear control us. We step out on faith. We develop courage. And we learn how to be a platform speaker. Because if you can speak one to many, it's better than one-on-one. And we do this once a month on the 4th Saturday of each month. We have a podcasting academy. We want you to see the incredible potential of podcasting on purpose, because we publish, we tell stories, we build communities, and we teach you every step of the way. So you, in 12 weeks, going to understand how to use podcasting with a purpose. Okay, I'm a high performance coach. Brendan Bouchard certified me. So 12 weeks, when we're doing the 12-week transformation, we're going through it with this. High performance focal points. Clarity is second week. Third is energy, courage, productivity, influence. Then we get into physiology mastery, psychology mastery, productivity mastery, persuasion mastery, purpose mastery, and then a commitment to a mindset of a high performer. The framework that Brendan uses is these 5 right here. That's a high performance habits right here. Proven that clarity, energy, courage, productivity, and influence. Those are the 5. You master those. Those are the 5 that move significant needles in your business. Okay, let's see. We offer one-on-one coaching. So if you're interested, you can book a strategy session. Go to petekane.me/SS. We want you on the podcast first. We have 12-week transformation. We have a KPI club. It's a monthly strategies to promote you. And when we promote you, you are the magic and anything's possible. So we do podcasting, publishing, and building thriving communities. 12-week transformation is happening now. So if you want to be a part of the 12-week transformation, go to petekane.me, give me a buying signal. You can purchase it. You can be on the cover. You're the key person of influence, and you have 20 people that you're working with. The 20 pay $300 each for the coaching, the magazine, and the mastermind, and some other that you get. But you're on a 12-week transformation that this mastermind will set you apart from everybody else out there. So you are able to be that magic. You are able to deliver most value. You're delivering your team to your ideal prospect. And that is possible. KPI Club, you can just go KPI Club, petekane.me/KPI Club. We do $1 to start off so you can experience it. And then if you like it, it's $97 a month. Okay. We also, as you are the brand, we help you with a lot of free tools because we want you to conserve your cash flow. Spend your dollars wisely. Dollar spent should be 10 returned. Dollar spent, 10 returned. We do this with you. We help you to not only understand the Key Person of Influence book, but the free tools that are part of our community that you can start conserving your cash flow because you want to generate leads. And once you put your team together, you got a powerful mastermind team that are generating leads for your business. Okay. We have our 10 steps. Our 10 steps are this. I want to give it to you right now. If you go to petekane.me, this is our ecosystem. If you go to petekane.me/masterclass, that's my gift to you because I want you to be successful. I want you to have the core to grow and scale your business. I saw so many times people making purchases, like buying a website and they haven't even generated the first customer. That's flip the script. Generate customers first, cash flow first, before you buy all these elaborate things. Everybody's trying to get your money, but you have to have your plan. You got to create your future. You're the magic. Always look at the dollars you spend. You spend $1, get 10 back. Always look at that kind of return. And then that way you'll create that cash flow that you need to be successful in this business. Okay, here we go. Schedule a 15-minute chat. 15 minutes to get clarity on your business. Scan this QR code. You can book it with our team, and it's a 15-minute clarity call to see what are you looking to do? Are you a good fit for our community? Do you want to grow? If you want to grow, anything's possible because you're the magic. You are the magic. All right. So our virtual event, you can get that. We do a live event. Get your growth day, your 7 days free. Try out personal development daily. You do that, and you connect with us at pkane.me/connect. Then we'll connect you into our community, help you be part of a thriving community. If you want to be on our podcast, go to pkane.me. Be on our podcast. That's the first step. Let me get to know you. Let me share your story with my community. Let's get you connected so you can generate leads and create cash flow. Be part of a thriving community. Okay, be bold, make a difference, and have fun. Be bold, make a difference.